Hi everyone, this is Meir with the message of the week. Well, many things happening these days. On October, I will not be in my school anymore. I will sit on a plane and cross the Atlantic, and then on many small flights in Europe. I'm so much looking forward to work with legally blind people in Portugal and to meet a top ophthalmologist in Portugal and work with him. So much is not known in the visual field. But I'll be away for 2 months and a few days. And before I leave, I want to give something which is like a gift to everyone. But before doing so, I want to talk about an important subject. We practice wellness at the School for Self-Healing. Our work is a work of wellness. We do anything we can do to help somebody function well in all situations. If you are very healthy, we want you to be well and even healthier, not to injure yourself, and yet to find more ways to function better. If you are depressed, we want to find a way for you to open up and not be so depressed anymore, as we were able to do again and again in our practice and in our training. If you have a chronic illness that causes you to feel weaker all the time, we work on the strength of your body to make it as strong as possible. We use your mind and your body as your medicine and not chemical products, which we, by the way, sometimes agree with, but the most important chemistry is the one that comes from your own body. I'm looking at what happens right now in the medical field in the United States, so similar to what happens with newspapers, with radio. These days, doctors are forced to work in hospitals, are forced to do that. The reason is insurance really gives much better coverage to hospitals than to individuals. And it is really an atrocious situation. Where was the time where your personal doctor would come to you, would take care of you, and would do it for a good price? That's over. And basically, the coverage of independent physicians becomes so low right now in the United States that more and more physicians don't only belong to a hospital group where they can simply send their patients there. They have to work through that hospital and share with the hospital their profits, which end up costing the consumer a lot of money. So let's return to us. We work on wellness. Wellness is the most important thing for us. You want your joints to be mobile. You want your spine to move at great ease. You want to breathe deeply. And by the way, that's the base of my next book, Awakening Your Power of Self-Healing, which will be available at the school as of October and will be available in the stores as of December. It is so important to me that you will work on yourself. So I've spent years teaching people the wisdom that I acquired for my clients and for my therapists, and brought into the world a whole new method. And the method is a method that will train you to have better life. So we're starting with a webinar this coming month, September 26th. Just 4 days before I fly away. I'll be glad to spend those 2 hours with people on a live webinar, teaching you skills to improve your visions, teaching you skills to improve your back. It's going to be live as if you're right here in my classroom. And I do very well with interactive discussion. If you allow yourself to speak only for a minute or two, bringing up your concerns and your questions, they will be answered. It's going to be alive to the extent that you would feel in the comfort of your home as if I'm there. And we'll work together on your needs. And yet we'll have a group setting where all dozens of us are working together to get you better. What could be better than that? Well, start now. Start to breathe slowly and deeply, in and out through your nose. Count 6 when you inhale and 8 when you exhale. So your inhalation would be slower than your exhalation. And as you hear the rest of this podcast, keep doing exactly that. Breathe in and breathe out. Yes, it's going to be a workshop on wellness, but wellness for all, not for one group of people or another. Not only for the athletes, but also for the paralyzed people. Not only for people who don't see well, but also of people who want to see better than they see already. It's going to be a workshop for all, and of course, 2 hours is introductory. The most important thing is what you do with it afterwards. Keep working on yourself. Work with me and work with yourself. It's so much better than being on a video. And by the way, I will allow between a question or two per person after the webinar is even over, and will be glad to dictate answers to you. But the best is to meet me in person and ask me what to do with your back, what to do with your eyes, what to do with yourself and with your well-being. Help us bring this work to the world. Ask from your friends to share this with others. Share the podcast that we have. Share the message of the week. Share our tweets. Share the message that we have more power than anybody imagines to get ourselves better. That does not say that we don't use medical practice. It means we use it safe and rare. Share it so less people will depend on opioids and have all the difficulties from it. Share it so more people will believe in their ability to move. I can start to tell you how great it felt to me when an 82-year-old lady who couldn't lift her arm because it was injured for the last 6 months, at the end of my seminar, was able to lift it all the way up. I cannot start to tell you how good it felt when that same lady, who couldn't see anything through her left eye, was able to read large print. That is something that you can only achieve with hard work. That is the work I'm asking you to do. Productive, good, effective, and with yourself. So share and share and share. Let's create our critical mass. We need a critical mass for well-being. We need a critical mass where people really believe in themselves. I remember today when I went to a public place, one lady told me, "How old are you?" And I said, 63. "Wow, you act so much better than the age of 63. I asked myself, what do you expect at the age of 63? I met people who were 93 and were able to be functional and well. So my friends, let's create the critical mass of belief in nature, belief in our power, while in a very measured way using medical practice, using dentistry, using ophthalmology, using ear and nose and throat doctors, but also learning how to improve our hearing, learning how to use them less, learning how to use less glasses and less hearing aids, less canes and less crutches, learning how to use what we have, which is so great. That's what we want. a critical mass. And that's why I'm going to do my podcast. In a practical way, I will show you how to start and improve yourself. And let's hope it is first in many. But at this point, it is first, and I want you there. Much love to all of you, Meir.